Yeah, respect, respect, self-serving love, unconditional love. Dive, dive, dive. And that's what I've been dealing with I've been really fucking with it for the last week or so after crossing up understandings from how I did things previously. So how now I under understand how they do now. You know, the workings of how we're going to subsequently change the physical reality at hand has to be a work that we do from the inside. Like the sun projects a light out, so therefore you see everything. If you didn't have no form of light, you wouldn't see anything because it wouldn't illuminate or give you shapes and colors or sizes and definitions, because everything would be in the same spectrum. So diving deep inside self, it doesn't just allow you to have this, what you want to call this somewhat of awareness. Like diving deep is a whole construction site of not just changing things, but being aware of what things have changed you. Okay, so we go through circumstances in life that allow us to stay away from some path of growth, or may send some synapses, or they ultimately place us in far out situations to where we have to come back or physically feel like we need to rechange something. When in fact, the balance of spectrum has everything to do with the hemispherical understanding of you. So it's just like if you have too much salt or too much sugar, different things can happen to your body without complete understanding of the purpose or what they're capable of doing. Even if you understand, even if you understand that pretense, you still have to take some regard into making that balance functionable for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're the physical vibration of the light. You are light. So deep down inside of you is a version of you. That shining light that coalesces you into a physical reality. That coalesces everything you think to have or want to have into a physical reality. Thus, what your feet touch, what your experience of love is, the things you hear, your life, nothing happens to you particularly. You make things happen to yourself by not being in touch with your inner. So, I've meditated on so many different aspects. You know, I've been meditating deeply now for well into, I like to say maybe close to 15 years. And I haven't, all the meditations I've done, they've been like, for me, illuminating waves of energy. Matter of fact, I took Tai Chi back in my early 20s. So I've been meditating for probably since I was 23, 24. Yeah, like 23, 24. So I would say it's been more of about 14, 15 years, something like that. Probably 16 years. Just not I'm not really sure the date when I started, but I know it was around that time. Matter of fact, the first time I actually meditated with a Tai Chi instructor of mine, we came out of meditation. Everything around me was golden. Everything. The sky had a purple tint to it. The clouds had a golden hue. The trees were glowing golden. You know what I'm saying? I've experienced form of meditation where I departed electricity from my fingertips with a witness. Now, even though these different particular meditations were awakening my mind to possibilities that were natural, you know what I'm saying? Like the whole reason why Tesla made his coil was he was labeling it behind the so-called black man, you know what I mean? So this is why we are so energetic in some aspects, moreover, because the comprehension of what we're trying to be energetic for. So with this meditation that I've been focusing on, just diving in, going inside myself, going inside, just going deeper, deeper, deeper. And I tell myself that while I'm going in. It's allowing me to tap into energies that affect the physical. So, and I'm gonna keep repeating this because it's something that it has to be an integrity behind it. It has to be like some muscle that needs to be worked. And the first time I did it, it was simple. I was able to come right to where I am. And then I was mind blown that I was able to come where I was, separate from the fact that I was already here. You know what I mean? So, being able to fix certain things. And it's like, almost like the story of the wizard that was asleep. You know what I mean? But he slept for a long, long time. But then when he woke up, you know what I'm saying? The things that he was supposed to do, he was ready for him. Most particular situations can be explained in handwritten understanding of perceptions. But that's because most people need to be proven things. You need somebody to show you proof of this type of thing that may benefit yourself. And then once you get proof from somebody else's perception, then you feel more or less like this is what is actual. Now, I've never been a follower. You know what I'm saying? I've never been a follower in what other people say. I really didn't care. Like, it was hard for me to listen. You know what I'm saying? Like, opposed to what I would do for myself. And that made a lot of people angry with me because I didn't follow in what they did. I didn't really give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was not going to follow. I'm not a follower. While y'all walking left, I'm way over here right side. While you walking right side, I'm way left side. You know what I'm saying? Like, you move, I move. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do what you tell me, especially if I don't feel like it's right. You know what I'm saying? I didn't care if you was a teacher, parent, whatever. Like, if you're doing something that's not conducive to me, then we going basically clash in some aspect. You know what I'm saying? Like, not controlling me. Finding out that the real job, and I'm not, you know what, I always beat down the books. I beat down the books a lot because my thing is to see if individuals will just do it themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, will you take upon yourself to say, well, you know what, I want to give this a shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see what I could come up with without being controlled. Proof in the pudding just shows how much you are removed from your own power. Like, when you have to be proving things, that's just showing that you're not ready to tap into what you're capable of, because you need somebody to show you what you can do. It's almost like saying, hey, lay down and let me show you how to stroke this real quick. Like, you like, move, get out the room, I'm busy. You know what I'm saying? Nah, let me show you how to do it. Let me show you. I'm the book. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't be knocking the books too much because I read a lot. You know what I'm saying? I read a whole bunch of books. But at the same time, I really don't like following in people's perception. Like, if you are a quarter inch away from me, the way you see things is still in your perception. We might be side by side, and I still see it completely different than how you see it. I can get a comprehension, but it's not going to satisfy what's deep down inside of me, because the structure of my universe and how I'm created is based on just me. It's not based on how you see things. It's not based on the person to my left or the person to my right. It's how I feel about it. And it's how it's going to work for me. So that's more important. And most of our master teachers will tell you the same thing. Only reason why they go into the books, because niggas need shit proved to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to use the books because you cannot articulate something to niggas without proving it to them. You know what I'm saying? Niggas have this whole aspect of TV in their life. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not beating nothing down. I'm just saying, when do you take responsibility for yourself to do things for yourself? Like if you're gonna be a god, I don't think a god is gonna be walking around with books in his hand trying to tell you, how metaphysics works, or what I'm saying, how you're able to transmute into energy forms and heal your body, and how you're able to call upon the actual fucking how you're able to and see, like, the elements are actually a part of you. You're just not, what I'm saying, making them work for your benefit because they don't work out here. You have to go inside to do that. So I'm a water symbol. I'm gonna give you an example. Like, I'm a water symbol, right? What I'm saying, ruling moon. So it's like I can deal with fire and water. You know what I'm saying? Because both my creators, what I'm saying, my mother and my father is a earth and a fire sign. You know what I'm saying? So I can kind of move things, water, fire, and earth. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like if I'm in a circumstance to where I'm meditating heavy and I slip past my understanding that I'm water, I might wake up and see water on the side of my floor. You know what I'm saying? I've experienced that. I'm like, yo, why is it water here? Or like something's condensated somewhere, and I'm like, yo, why is it condensation and there's no water in here to condensate? That's literally my inside power coming out. You know what I'm saying? From me not focusing on that, I can focus on fire, the fire in my core, and actually move it around in my body for different pretenses. I can feel dirt. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, like a lot. You know what I'm saying? I can feel it. Like if it's in my body, if it's like most we like to say dis-ease. So if it's like a uncomfortable circumstance that's not supposed to be there, I can feel it. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't let the gears move correctly. Being able to move that from the inside to the outside, you have to go deep. So then I'm not really going deep. I'm going upwards. I mean, it's both, as above, so below. So it's like we know this is a false reality that feels more real. So we are literally asleep. So in order to go where you are, you have to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? This is what meditation does. Like, actually, when you tap into meditation, it actually makes you sleepy. You know what I'm saying? So, like Phil Valentine was saying, the gray, or when you close your eyes, you see a lot of the gray. And you know what? It was so right. Like, most of the gray, it comes up in these shapes and thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And images. And most of these shapes, thoughts, and images are particular to things that happen in your life. You know what I'm saying? That may be holding you back or hindering you from seeing how to make moves. So ultimately, instead of me, when I go deep inside, instead of me trying to understand what that was, it's holding me back, or comprehend it, or look at it and like dissect it and want to, hey, let me check this out. Instead of me want to do all that bullshit, I just shine light on it. You know what I'm saying? Shine light on it. And it's crazy. When I shine light on the gray area, it automatically turns Kim. It automatically turns dark. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, the light just, it just bleeds it away. You see it particleize or whatever, or go back into wherever it is. And the more I move these thoughts out of the way by shining light on them, the faster I'm able to go down deeper inside myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I always get to a level to where, like when I first come in, I always wanna work on a particular area. You know what I'm saying? But that's not conducive. It has nothing to do with the ultimate plan of what you're supposed to be doing. Like, and I'll have like a high thought. Like, it's almost like when I'm doing it, it's like I'm about to go to, like when I was a kid and I'm about to go stay night at a friend's house or something. Like, you about to go there. You know what I'm saying? So you're thinking like, okay, this is what we gonna do. We gonna do this. We gonna do that. So I'm always preparing myself to meditate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, okay, when I'm about to meditate, I'm about to do this. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna drink this. I'm gonna have that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I always, after I meditate, I do my eye shades. You know what I'm saying? Like, I pour my water. So I try to time my meditations. Sometimes I do them during the day, depending on the circumstance. But mostly, I do them around the witching hour. You know what I'm saying? 3 o'clock. So, and I did it for 45 minutes last night. It was like I started at 3 o'clock. I ended at 3:45. You know what I'm saying? Like, and as soon as I finished, I did eye shades. You know what I mean? So I got both in at one time. Now, when I'm deep inside myself, and I remember my nana used to be like, just go, baby, just do whatever you feel, you know what I'm saying, that you want to do. And one thing we have to do, and Brother Hemet said this a minute ago in one of his old documentaries. He was like, yo, we have to unlearn what we were taught as society is. Like we have to unlearn how to love. We have to unlearn what they say how to love is. We have to unlearn what being human is. We have to unlearn what spirituality is. We have to unlearn everything that we believe in a circumference. So to me, purposely, that has everything to do with what they put in the books. They put things in the books to change the narrative. So I used to say this one documentary I did. I said, I read books to read. I read books to understand what they don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I read the books. Now, I'm not taking away from no book. I understand why people do what they do with the books. All right? I'm not beating that up. I'm just saying, eventually, you're going to have to reach a level where that is not, a particular. And there is even a documentary what I call Brother Phil saying, like, it's about the inner workings of you. So there's no book that can really show you that, but because niggas don't take the time to study shit for themselves. Here, let me tell you what this is right here. Let me show you different people saying this. Let me prove it to you. You know what I'm saying? So I've always took the harder route with stuff. I always took the comprehensional route. Like, let me walk in there and find out for myself. Let me see if hell is hot. Let me see if ice is cold. Let me see if wind is cool. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if pussy wet. Like, excuse me, but I'm so serious. Like, so understanding the difference in you putting yourself in the quest and working on yourself at the same time is really what the power is. Like, if I'm gonna go inside me, I can't go inside me and ask anybody anything, and neither one of you can. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully that this form of meditation is gonna reach you in a way that is gonna help you be conducive to what you're trying to fix. I can't even tell you what to do when you're dealing with whatever you're dealing with, but what I could show you is that the way is self. You know what I'm saying? The way is self. There's nothing that's going to help you out of that. You see what I'm saying? We have our warriors on the physical realm, and we have our warriors inside of us. But your warrior that's inside of us is you. You know what I'm saying? So what are you doing to comprehend how you comprehend things? You see what I'm saying? And what powers are you using within yourself to change the outside of your life? Now, before I go, I'm going to say this. Deep down inside, you can change your whole your physical reality, but you have to have a hold of the things that are not blocking you from getting to the place where you need to change things that's deep down inside you. It's a place in there where you go and you literally can start changing shit in your house. Like, you could change shit in your society. People will come to you and you'll be like, wait a minute, we had issues. You be thinking that shit, but they be so loving and friendly. I didn't have any money. Somebody walks up to you without you asking and put something in your hand. Issues just they're changed. We in our mind make these things have value, just like they put $100 bill, $100 on a piece of cotton paper, and we gave it value. We did that shit in our minds. So the unraveling of the fall of this system that holds us in cages is the fact that we give it value. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when are you going to stop giving value to things that are not your authority? You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, just know the work is upon you. Then go inside, then deep down inside, then change that reality and bring upon that to new. You know what I mean? Respect. All right, I ain't gonna go too deep. You know what I'm saying? Enough's enough. You know what I mean? Love yourself. You know what I'm saying? Love the inside of you. Respect the ancestors. Traverse the universe that's in you. Peace. Ariel Nagael.